welcome back to another episode of CGC, and today we're going to be talking about first driving impressions of a hybrid. Now that I think of it, have I even ever done a hybrid on this channel? But regardless, the X7 M60i, we're finally taking it for a spin. Let's get it.
3-pedal thread.
Now, of course, the first thing that you see when you look at the X7, of course, it's a 7-seater. So it's just big and burly all around. The back end is decent, sides are decent, nothing to write home about. But, however, the front end, BMW's been doing some funky things with its front ends, from the big grills, and now inverting the headlights. So basically having the daytime running lights on top and having the regular headlamps below. I think it looks pretty cool, but it's got mixed reviews. Of course, getting into the BMW, you are met with a type of interior you would expect from a BMW product. So think iX, M5, M3, anything that you've been in, pretty much it's about the same. Love the crystal accents throughout the car, like the gear selector. But really for me, obviously the star of the show is the infotainment and digital display. The curved digital display is 12.3 inches and it merges with the larger display, which is 14.9 inches, to create a beautiful curved one-piece display, similar to the Kia's interior right now, who's doing the same thing. But regardless, I love the concept, I love the design, it looks so cool. Big to me. It feels like I'm driving the e-tron.
Yeah.
Nah, this one does not feel big to me. Like these crystal.
There's another BMW behind us. I think we're on the right track though.
It's either hot or cold.
I know.
That's crazy. Niggas are spoiled. You got what grain on the dash? I do like these though. These new screens. Just like Kia.
Yeah, I love these screens. I love how like long they are.
So fire. Looks so modern. Oh, this is ride height?
Oh, that's cool.
But of course, the star of the show is the S68 4.4 liter twin turbo V8, pumping out 523 horsepower and roughly 553 pound-feet of torque. An enormous amount of power coming out of this motor for this particular vehicle. And it's really why, in some aspects, I actually kind of like it a little bit better than the RSQ8. That might be controversial, but it's for a number of reasons. One of the reasons is that it's a 7-seater, dog. And I didn't know I needed a 7-seater to be this fast and be this torquey and aggressive until I drove the M60i. Make a left? Mm-hmm. Make another left?
No, go straight.
Does it feel? It doesn't even feel big to me.
No, it doesn't.
It's like move.
It kind of feels like how the RSQ8 feels.
Yeah.
Crazy. This is nice. Okay, BMW.
And this one got paddle shifters too.
So quick.
What the hell? I broke the transmission.
Yep.
See, nah, I just didn't know what gear to go in. Silly automatic. That's why we drive manuals, kids. Go straight, right?
Yeah. It's gonna cross and I'm not gonna care that other cars are coming. Oh my God.
Alright, you feel a weight. You feel a weight trying to go around the corner, but I'm still surprised by how fast this joint is. This is crazy. It's super torquey, the exhaust snarls, it growls, it sounds amazing, it feels amazing to drive, even though it's an 8-speed automatic. However, like I mentioned, that powertrain delivery really feels aggressive. Now, like I mentioned before, it is a mild hybrid system, so the system doesn't allow it to have an electricity propulsion only mode, so it can't only drive on electric power. But it does have a 12 horsepower and 150 foot-pound motor in there, electric motor, to help power assist with the 4.4 liter V8, of course. Now, the other interesting thing about the X7 M60i is that it does share a powertrain with the XM. However, the XM's power is beefed up thanks to a more powerful electric motor. So the electric motor gives it an extra like 200 pound-feet of torque and also 200 horsepower, which brings the power all the way up to a whopping 644 horsepower and almost 600 pound-feet of torque. Incredible. But it might not be incredible as it sounds, because I've driven the XM too. Once again, and I've driven an RSQ8. So once again, RSQ8 is quick. It's quicker than the X7, no doubt about it. They do actually have the same braking distance as tested by Car and Driver, which I think is interesting. So the RSQ8 does handle better, has a larger number on the skid pad, of course, and it's actually quicker, of course. It launches a lot harder. But interestingly enough, from a roll, they have the same time. So once again, like I said before, I'm in an RSQ8, I'm driving it on the back roads. I'm like, yeah, it's supposed to feel fast. It's supposed to feel almost wagon-like, even for a vehicle this big, and it did for the most part. But what I wasn't expecting is for the X7 to almost feel like that as well. Now, the air suspension is a little bit floaty, and it does allow you to adjust it up and down. Obviously, that's its purpose, but it's a little bit floaty compared to like the RSQ8. But once again, it's so much fun and it's so aggressive. Now, comparing it to the XM, like I mentioned before, or I started to mention before I got sidetracked, that 644 horsepower sounds like a lot, but the vehicle is so heavy. When you're in it, it doesn't, you can't feel it, man. It does not feel like close to 650 horsepower. Once again, the X7 M60i, and it is a little bit heavier than the RSQ8 too, but it just feels super aggressive. And that's in part thanks to the S68 developing all that torque all the way down low at 1800 RPM, which is amazing. So once again, I didn't know I needed a 7-seater that was this aggressive, but it's like now it's a no-brainer, man. Well, if you have the money. But yeah, I really don't know how to sugarcoat that or what else I can say about that, but 120, 125 it is. So yeah, man, thanks for watching again, guys. You know, smash that like button, support your boy. See you guys next time.